Morning everybody. We've been making so many videos about what's going on the inside of the house, so I thought this morning I'd just get up quite early and I'll start making some videos and show you guys around the property. But obviously, first things first, let's grab a cup of coffee. Okay, let's take a walk. Morning, ladies. So I thought I'd start at the top right-hand corner of the property, and I'll just give you a bit of an overview of where we're at and what we're thinking of doing in the future. We're really just happy with what we've bought. It's been actually a year since we bought the property, so we're looking at June now, 2023. A year ago we found this property, and we were just really quite excited to try and get our hands on it, and you know the whole story of how we came about to get onto the property. So if you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. It was quite a mission, but the Lord was good to us, and eventually we took occupation, and we've been doing our thing. But like I said, we've been focusing so much on the inside of the property and the building, to try and get it ready and livable, that we haven't really even shown you what we've bought and what we're busy doing and what the plans are. So let's get into that. Okay, so as far as size is concerned, it's not really big. Our initial thought was our dream was to get acres and acres and hectares and whatever the case might be. But at the end of the day, we don't really need that. We're not planning to farm. We're not farmers. All we wanted to do was just get a place where we could possibly just grow some food, have some chickens, start becoming more self-sustainable, and basically start I don't know what you'd call it, maybe state-proofing ourselves, getting off of the grid, step by step, and moving away from becoming or being reliable on government provided facilities, if you want to put it that way, because as we know, it's not really reliable. If you're living in South Africa and you're watching this video, you'd know, I mean, all the rolling blackouts that we have, it's not load shedding, it's rolling blackouts, due to severe thieving and incompetence, all brought about by the government. So so we want to get away from those sort of things, and we don't need hectares and hectares. So our little property here is about 3,000 square meters, and it needs a lot of work, but we've got some visions and some dreams, and I'll share that with you now. So starting off with our fence needs a whole lot of work. It stretches all the way down from the top point of the property, and it stretches all the way down about 100 meters in front of the house. So the fence is old, it's been here for many years. It's never been looked after, and we need to sort of start securing the perimeter of the property. But this fence is really bad. But it's another project that we just have to tackle. So we just got to get down and do it. The property came with this building on it. It also needs a bit of attention, and behind the building is a little area here that's been fenced off. And what we're doing here is we're just letting our neighbors use it. They actually store their feed here. So we're just going to let them carry on doing it. It's not a problem. We're not really using it right now. So the plan basically in the future for this area and this building is to turn it into a garage area and a storeroom, you know, where we can store some stuff. We've got a lot of furniture that's coming to the homestead, and we don't really have much space in the house. So we're going to use it as storage. We're going to put some garage doors on here. At the moment the neighbors are still using it to store feed. So if you have a look in there, there's some feed in here and some bales and stuff. So we're going to let them use that now for the time being, and then they're going to clear it out for us, and then we're going to move here and just use it for storage. Nice little area. Hello girls, are you following me? Shame, these are our neighbors' chickens. One day we'll have our own, but for the time being they just roam the property and poop all over the place, and that's okay. They're so cute. And this is basically where they live, but yeah, at some stage in the future this is all going to get cleaned out and we'll be using it for something. Not too sure yet what for, but yeah. So our next door neighbors have got horses and cows, and what we do is we actually let them come and graze on our grass, and it keeps our grass nice and short, especially during these winter months when you get so much rain. It just goes really green, and it just grows. So having them roam on here is actually quite a blessing. So in our area at certain times of the year we have something called it's an art route. You know, there's a lot of artists in the vicinity, and our neighbor across the road, she's one of the artists, and she's part of the art route. But in order to get to them, you have to come up the road and then past our property. And yeah, it's actually quite funny because they put a board outside of our property, you know, just giving people directions to go to where the art display would be. And so a lot of people would then park their cars in the village and then just, you know, walk around to the various, you know, people who were displaying their art. And so obviously they had to come past our house and up the road, and one of the signs was obviously outside our house. And I think a lot of people just thought that, you know, this was the place, that there was going to be art. And I mean, I'm not an artist at all, nor is Elsa, but our fence is quite an artwork, and I'll show you now. So what would happen is that people would actually maybe, you know, stop and think, okay, right, well look, you know, maybe is this the art display or what? And we'd have to tell them, no, hang on a minute, just carry on walking. It's really quite terrible, isn't it? So this is the front of the house, and that window on the left is the lounge area, and then the window on the right is our bedroom. And yeah, we've got a lot of nasturtiums growing here, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to change all of this, you know, take a lot of it out and really make a pretty little garden area in the front here as an entrance. But yeah, as you can see, there's still such a lot of work, but it's something to look forward to. So one of the things that we are going to be doing is getting 2 5,000 litre water tanks and installing those here on the side of the house. And you see where this little fence is over here, I'm going to have to take this fence down, and we're going to have to build a base where the tanks are actually going to be housed. But as you can see, we don't even have guttering on yet, but the gutters will come. They're in the garage, they just need to be cleaned up. And then yeah, then we'll do that whole water system. But this, yeah, in this area here where the fence is, that's where we're going to be building that base and then putting the two water tanks, and yeah, giving ourselves a little bit more water security. Because what happened now this week was, I mean, we know that the power was out for 4 days, and with a result it affected the water supply. And I mean, with the water supply affected like that, you know, you can't flush toilets, there's no water coming into your house. And it actually just gives you a bit of a wake-up call to say, you know, how resilient are you, you know, when these things do happen. And also, we thought about it, you know, we're so close to a grid collapse in this country that you've got to start thinking about these things and having some form of backup. So, are you prepared? How prepared are you? Do you have backup water? One thing we said to the builder when he built our stoep was, just make sure that it slopes, and that when you get rain, the rain can run off. Yeah. Okay, so this area here in front of the stoep, between the stoep and this hedge, what we're going to do is that's earmarked for where we're going to be growing food. I think that's a big enough area that we'll be doing our raised beds, and yeah, starting to make a veggie garden. If you know how expensive food is becoming, and yeah, you just look at what they're putting into our food these days, and it's not really nice at all. So I think this is the place that's earmarked for growing some good organic healthy veggies. Oh, what an absolutely stunning morning, man. Look at this. So there we go, future veggie patch. So something else that we want to get started with is composting, and this is the area that we're going to be doing it in. And yeah, it's probably going to be a pallet system, about a 3-bin pallet system that we're going to build. We still got to get the pallets and get the whole thing done, but this is the vision for the future, to start getting some compost going. From the hedge area, from where the veggie garden is going to be, there's this whole area down to the bottom of the corner there where that fence is crossing, and we're not really too sure what we're going to do here. I'm quite keen to try some millies and plant some trees, and some fruit trees, maybe some olive trees. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's the area that we've got to work with. Yeah, so like I say, I think the size of the property for what we want to achieve and the purposes that we've actually bought the property for, and to become more self-sustaining, I think it really is big enough. And yeah, we really are happy, with where we're at this point in time. The progress is slow, on the inside of the house, but that is our priority at the moment, is to get get the house sorted. Quibber's hungry. You can hear her in the background. Shame. Yeah, so that's the tour of the property. At least you guys can see now what where we're at and what we're doing. It's not always just about the inside of the house. Okay, we have still got a lot to do there, but at least you can see now what the property looks like, and what our vision is, and what our hopes and dreams are. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit of a short one, but yeah, at least you're familiarizing yourselves a little bit more with what we're up to in the farm. Yeah, maybe give us some ideas of what you guys would do, and or what you would plant, or how would you utilize this space. Like I say, from that hedge area, coming back down, it's quite a sizable area. What would you guys do with it? Let us know in the comments below. Okay, it's cold now. I'm going back to bed.